So recently, Clueless Chuck Schumer. New name, by the way. That's your name now, asshole. Your new name, Chuck Schumer, is Clueless Chuck Schumer. 7 hours ago, he states on Twitter, Leader McConnell owes an apology for Dr. Ford for labeling her allegations a smear job, and he should apologize to her immediately. We must respect these women and Judge Kavanaugh by handling these allegations with seriousness that they deserve. For something that just came out of thin air, no it doesn't. I swear to God, Democrats are skating on thin ice on this one. This one's a no-brainer, obviously. No evidence, no recollection of time, date, whether, what was in the residency at the time, like furniture, all that stuff. An actual rape victim would obviously remember every smidget of detail of the event that took place, but in this case allegedly took place. There is nothing to go on. They have nothing to go on, and they think they can just manufacture evidence out of thin air to say they can go on that, like... You can't make a bullet out of thin air. You obviously have to have the brass and the copper and the primer cord and the powder to make a bullet. You have to have material to make a bullet. Saying that this crazy sexual assault bullshit happened is basically like lying to yourself. Be like, I did not just put this bullet back in the mag, when in fact I did put the bullet back in the mag. So there's some pure and simple logic right there. I would hope one day the Democrats would grow a big pair of balls and apologize to the Judiciary Committee and the Senate for unnecessarily delaying Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation. I don't see how he's potentially harmful in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he's a kind person, and the Democrats are scared shitless of him. Who the fuck knows why? Probably because Democrats are scared shitless, thinking that Brett Kavanaugh is going to destroy their way of life, of violence, riots. Groups would eventually crumble like Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Unnecessarily showed my cross knife. If that's too butthurt for Antifa, not sorry, I don't give a fuck. And yet, on another subject, Antifa claims that if I can just find it real quick. By the way, if anybody has seen that video where an Antifa member got body slammed by the police when that dude was walking out of some random store or something. Good job, police. And, holy shit. There's actually an Antifa in my very own hometown. What the fuck? I should probably share that with, someone that would obviously hate the shit out of these guys. Their mission is basically a vigilante standpoint. They don't rely on cops or courts to do their work or take on their cases or whatnot. Instead, they just make it themselves and try and do it themselves, which is not in everyone's best interest. That means a lot of things. They claim cops uphold white supremacy and the status quo. Bullshit. They attack us and everyone who resists oppression. That's bullshit. Would somebody in the comment section below let me know what the fuck a non-sectarian is? And really, us? Shit. I forgot Weird. We're not white supremacy for standing for the national anthem and the flag. We're actually Americans that way. And just to piss people off, I'm going to post the Pledge of Allegiance at the bottom, in the comment section below. So if that offends you, not sorry. I don't care what you think about the anthem. And if they claim they're anti-fascism, are they any better than us? Whereas we don't go out and burn vehicles, set them on fire. We don't go out smashing windows of small businesses. We don't go out assaulting people and tearing them down up here, emotionally. What other don'ts that we never do that they do? We don't support abortion rights, although we could be for reproductive freedom. They see it necessary to build a broad, strong movement against racism, sexism, anti-Semitism. On the racism bit, we are not racist, unless if for some retarded reason we foreseeably scream the N-word or some other specific anti-race, unless we say some shit about another race, which I'm not gonna lay down a example because making this video would make me look like the biggest hypocrite. But on the racism bit, I don't think the groups that right-wingers and Republicans and conservatives and Oath Keepers and all those other groups out there for it, I have never heard them say any racial slurs, so racism doesn't apply to us. Sexism? Never heard of it. This is all new shit to me. Islamophobia? Yeah. We are a bit of that. Well, not the phobia bit, but we are anti-Islam because basically what they are is death worshippers, and basically Antifa sees what they do in the Middle East is okay. But shit. Homophobia? Transphobia, is that even a thing? Discrimination against the disabled, the oldest, the youngest, and the most oppressed people in a classless, free society. Okay, I'm gonna look up classless. See what their meaning is with that. Okie dokie. Basically, a classless society refers to a society in which no one is born into a social class. Such distinctions of wealth, income, education, culture, or social network might arise and would only be determined by individual experience and achievement in such a society. And they claim to be against racism, sexism, all this other stuff, but really going out to small businesses is no way to get your message across. You may argue it with a town hall meeting. There are other ways to go about it besides breaking shit. That's a whole lot of ridiculous right there. Oh boy. That's all I got really up until I came across the leftist group that harassed Ted Cruz at a high-class establishment, which is a restaurant. And they sent out a tweet, fucking designates Part 6, or P6. This is a message to Ted Cruz, Brett Kavanaugh, Donald Trump, and the rest of the racist, sexist, transphobic, homophobic, right-wing scum. You are not safe. We will find you. We will expose you. We will take from you the peace you have taken from so many others. Dare I find actual great cuffs for you guys to try on at Smash Racism DC. Yeah, apparently we are a divided states of America, no thanks to these groups, including Black Lives Matter. You don't even know the better part. I mean, from what I've heard, Michael Brown tried to barter the cashier with a bag of weed in trade of a box of cigars. Up until this officer dude caught wind of it and decided to take on that call. And so a fight ensued. Matter of fact, Michael Brown caught a felony in 3 ways: assault of a federal officer, attempt to steal his firearm, and I can't remember what the third one is. That's of a federal crime. Ah, well, that's not the point. Point is, the officer was in distress of the situation, and he rightly acted in self-defense. And yet there was a fiery riot after the fact. So basically they rioted in defense of Michael Brown's crime. Why the fuck would you do that? I merely put up I'm starting to put up what I see nowadays. Well, these videos are long enough they should be. I'm gonna make another one eventually. No promises.